For my law and ethics final project, the company that I chose to analyze is Samsung Computer Electronics. Samsung is a diverse company, largely known for their place in the technology market, but also involvement in construction and medicine, on scales as small as producing LED lights for precise medical scanners and as large as constructing multi-billion-dollar power plants. If I were to start my own business, I would choose a similar model to Samsung's, because as a public company, it can grow by attracting new shareholders. I would choose to keep liability limited because I feel that it encourages investment by taking out the worry of potentially losing excess money if something were to go awry within the company. Since my major is information technology, personally, my passion for technology persuaded me to choose Samsung as a business to analyze. In my hypothetical business model, I would not be manufacturing hardware like Samsung, but instead designing and improving upon existing programs to be used by other businesses. This type of business would operate on a contract basis with companies requesting our services. Now back to Samsung. Samsung is a corporation that consists of many stockholders and majority holders. This type of ownership has advantages in the sense that many separate investors can purchase shares to claim their share of the ownership. Samsung is a limited company, so that these same investors cannot be held responsible for debts or obligations of the company. This includes bankruptcy or legal action taken against Samsung. This type of ownership can present disadvantages, such as having to come to compromise among these shareholders to maintain their investment. More or less that the actions of the company must be agreeable to the stockholders. Majority holders could have a large influence on company policy. As a business, Samsung seeks out contracts to fulfill. A very expensive contract taken on by Samsung in recent times was a $1.8 billion agreement to construct gas power plants in Qatar. So the contract was between Samsung and the Qatari company Al Power. Samsung will receive $1.8 billion in return for the building of this power plant. This is not Samsung's first energy plant contract. They've recently completed works in Saudi Arabia. This leads me to believe that Samsung will be able to honor their end of the contract. A majority of Samsung's intellectual property can be found in the technological market. Right now, Samsung is creating new products such as 132GB computer memory chips that are faster and have a capacity larger than any that we have seen. Their consumer electronic designs are also considered intellectual property. They should have gained these designs through internal research and production. In the year 2012, both Samsung and Apple cumulatively made up over half of smartphone sales. In that same year, Samsung was taken to court by Apple over infringement of their smartphone/tablet design. In this case, Samsung was the defendant. Apple requested a $2.5 billion payout by Samsung. The result was a victory for Apple, leading to a $1 billion payout by Samsung. In recent times, the ruling of this case has been modified to say that though Samsung may have copied Apple's design, they did not infringe on the overall distinctness of their device, meaning that Samsung's device would never be confused as an Apple product. The result is a reduction in Samsung's payout. Samsung as a whole has a shared code of ethics for all of its branches, and they include following all business laws, not abusing a dominant market position, never accepting bribes from shareholders, not seeking to obtain trade secrets from competitors, nor using coercion to attain advantages over competitors. This concludes my business law and ethics final project. Thank you.